Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez unloaded on NBC News on Wednesday for a since-deleted tweet bearing what she called a malicious and misleading headline about her DNC nomination of Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. During a 96-second convention speech Tuesday night, the New York lawmaker seconded the nomination of fellow socialist Sanders in a procedural move, while making no mention of actual Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden. In one of the shortest speeches of the DNC, Representative Ocasio-Cortez did not endorse Joe Biden, the network wrote in a tweet linking to their coverage. NBC deleted the tweet early Wednesday with an editor's note explaining, "This tweet should have included more detail on the nominating process." Ocasio-Cortez has previously endorsed Biden, and her speech was similar in length to other nominating speeches. But for AOC, who also clarified her endorsement of Biden in a tweet after her speech left some confused, NBC's mea culpa didn't go far enough. "You waited several hours to correct your obvious and blatantly misleading tweet," she wrote of the left-leaning network in an early Wednesday retweet of the NBC editor's note. "It sparked an enormous amount of hatred and vitriol, and now the misinfo you created is circulating on other networks. All to generate hate clicks from a pre-recorded, routine procedural motion. This is completely unacceptable, disappointing, and appalling. The DNC shared the procedural purpose of my remarks to media well in advance," she continued. "At NBC knew what was going to happen and that it was routine. How does a headline that malicious and misleading happen with that prior knowledge?" AOC, who represents parts of the Bronx and Queens, said in a third tweet that more needs to be done. "So at NBC News, how are you going to fix the incredible amount of damage and misinformation that you are now responsible for?" she wrote. Because a 1:15 a.m. tweet to slip under the radar after blowing up a totally false and divisive narrative across networks, isn't it? After stumping for Sanders throughout the past year, Ocasio-Cortez was slow to endorse the more moderately minded Biden.